let's see, where to begin? I think the first thing I should say is sorry this video took so long. I am feeling better now. I've done some laughing. I've watched plenty of videos that made me laugh my ass off to help me feel better. Now, let me get this right out the way here. This is, yes, that opinion video that had morphed multiple times on me. Originally, the video was supposed to be about kind of what's what's so wrong with some of the decisions made in big business. Here's the thing. You if you smart, you know this. I know this. We know this. Big business doesn't care. Let's be honest. They don't care about whether or not what they do is shady or criminal. They'll still do it because it makes them money. Now, here's the thing. As I was starting to rehearse for that video, I kind of had an epiphany that this topic didn't seem right. So the topic shifted, and I started to kind of view how that shift was going. Well, it shifted all right, but it shifted more into a what's so wrong with supporting those business tactics, those decisions. Then, somewhere about halfway, decided to change it up on me again, and the topic once again just didn't feel right. So, it went from why the big business decisions aren't always good, what is wrong with supporting those big business decisions. Then it turned into, is there a way to correct it? Then it shifted just into something else. And I like this way of viewing it far better. Cutting out the big business entirely and instead changing it from what's wrong with them or what's wrong with the things they do or why it's wrong to support those things they do. And instead just talk about the us. Just talk about the us for a moment. Alright? Because the thing is a lot of people when they think of change, they often think, mind you, misguidedly, that only one person is needed to cause change. No. No. I'm sorry. As much as you're, those posters posting far too many, freaking schools will love remarking on how it only takes one, that is very untrue. Very, very. To a point of hurting. In reality, to cause change, it takes far more than just one person. It so often takes two or even more people. Why does it take that, you might be thinking? Well, honestly, it's kind of a pronged issue. In order to cause real change, you need to not just be able to have one person saying this is wrong. You have to have other people who also feel it is wrong, who are also actively trying to change things for the better, causing this kind of situation of where there are people on two different sides, or as many sides as is needed, trying to change things. Just one person, that's not enough. Yeah, it's one person who doesn't agree with whatever's being done. So, they have everyone else's support. Therefore, having that one person who's saying this is wrong really doesn't matter much. A person by themselves is never strong enough, vocal enough, or influential enough to cause real, lasting change. That's kind of the key problem is real change and change that lasts requires and demands more than one person doing it or attempting to change things or at least admitting what's wrong. As long as there's only one person, that one voice will always get silenced. Mass number of voices, though, are immeasurably harder to ignore, and it only gets harder and harder the more people are involved with that change. That's kind of the key problem, though, is that change never happens and lasts with just one person. Multitudes will ensure that it doesn't just last, but also is something that's hard to ignore, and only gets harder as more people feel the same. Now, sadly, this can be a double-edged sword sometimes. Sometimes people are led to believe that this is a positive thing, that this is something that's trying to do good, when more often than not, it isn't. It's just someone either abusing power or using the people to hide their own agenda. Now, there are probably some people, some groups even that pop into your head. That's all to you. And my whole purpose in saying these and bringing these things up isn't about trying to get people to start, mistrusting other people. No, hell no, f no, hell to the f no. My goal is just more to bring it up so this way other people will kind of keep an eye out for these things. They don't have to be mistrustful of everybody, obviously, but you also need to cover yourself. You need to keep yourself taken care of. You need to make sure that you, not only you, but those that you care of are taken care of. Follow? Cool. When it comes down to it, I'm more bringing these up in the hopes that other people will start taking care of themselves better, watching over their backs a little bit better. All right. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you are taken care of, that your own are taken care of. That obviously should go without saying, but at the same time, considering 2020, I'm just gonna say it anyways because clearly disproved that they're not gonna even take care of themselves, even if it's dumb obvious what could have saved the day, which is sad, but here we are. Ultimately, the point of this video is more just instead of buying collector's editions freaking day one before you've even seen if the game was released right from a studio that's known for not releasing games the right way. Don't buy the collector's edition. Either rent base editions or just buy base editions until you see that, yeah, they're putting in the effort to make sure the games are released the right way. Do that, all right? Or better yet, just borrow a buddy's. I guarantee you if your buddy has gotten the same game, he's more than willing to let you borrow it, especially if it's not even that good of a game. He will be like, yeah, sure, here you go. Bring it back whenever. And no Fs will be given on how long it takes. Especially if it's a bad game. Or released bad. He ain't going to be too picky about when you return that game, bruh. He's not going to give two shits when you return that game, honestly. He won't. So, now we can also take this whole thing and we can take it out of video games. We can remove it from video games. We can remove it to just taking care of yourself from what groups you decide to join or your health. You can pretty much make what I've just said here work for most anything. Take care of yourself. Now, that doesn't mean you gotta throw people under buses or treat people like crap. No. It don't mean that. It don't mean that, alright? It definitely don't mean that. What it just means is that I've seen plenty of people who, especially in 2020, when they could have prevented all of 2020 just by not being an idiot, which I feel like shouldn't have to be said, but yeah. Just, if you're not feeling good, don't go out and do shit. Alright? Just don't go out and do shit. Just stay home till you feeling better, till you 100. Then go out and party like a maniac, alright? It's not rocket science. If you sick, stay your ass home. Duh. Alright, it's just, I can't, I don't want to name drop nobody, and I'm not necessarily aiming to target people either. My more goal is just to kind of reemphasize, hey, take care of yourselves and take care of your own. Anything else, everything else can come after you've made sure that you are right, your family's all right. Now let's do this. Now let's go do whatever we gotta do, or whatever we want to do. Just let's all be a little more careful, okay? Whether it's mental sickness, physical sickness, or spiritual sickness, whatever you want, whatever you got. Take care of yourselves, alright? Do some proper healing. Then dive into whatever you gotta dive into. Okay? Okay? Cool. And this is coming from the perv, the very mentally messed up perv. I am telling you, it is okay to go heal properly, then come back to whatever you gotta do. Okay? Now, like I said, this topic is not, like I said, about targeting anyone. And while today's video wasn't as comedic or intended to be comedic as much as I would have liked, I do try to throw in either a little bit of comedy in my stupid facial expressions or the stupid voices I do, or I try to add something, anything. I don't think I succeeded in doing that today, but hopefully you guys maybe found something. I hope. Maybe not. I hope you guys laughed at me, laughed with me, got some jokes. I love jokes, especially jokes at my expense because I do them 6 times a day. Um, I I want to ask this because again, I'll never know unless somebody comments. Um, is there something you would like to see? Would you like to see a certain change done? I don't know if I can pull it off because I have very limited, minimal to no money. But if I can accomplish it, then I will see about doing it. What's something you would love to see change about the channel or the videos themselves? I have no way to know what you guys like or don't like unless you either like or unless you leave a comment, because YouTube did the stupid thing of disabling dislikes. So I have no clue how to improve until y'all tell me. Dumbest decision ever. Oh my god. So yeah, since YouTube did something so stupid, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to try and compensate for that by telling me what you think would be good improvements, changes, alterations. Do you guys even like the whole idea of doing this whole little kind of fourth wall break where all of a sudden me from editing the video comes in and says something or does stuff or cracks jokes or whatever have you? Do you even like that idea? I have no way to know. Again, YouTube did something stupid of just removing dislikes. Why did you do this? So please, if you have some kind of cool thing that you think would be awesome to have done with this, I would love to read it in the comments. I will see you all next time. See ya.